Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Is everybody all right? And that's fine for you, Miss Ashanti. You offended, Boo Boo Kitty? Or you trolling? Which one? So I can know how to deal with it. You offended or you trolling, Boo Boo Kitty? I swear. Get hit quick. I ain't even say nothing. Hey, Clement, how you doing? I appreciate you. Just came in triggered. Don't know what's going to be happening or what's going to be said. Just up in arms. Anyway, before I get started on the topic of the evening, is anybody keeping up with the battle between Joey and the West Coast, essentially? I gotta listen to it in full, but seemed like daylight came through and just cleared him real quick. Seeming like daylight just went on ahead and said, "Okay, stop playing at this point, because I warned you about me." You know, I don't know who would be down to talk about that in Discord, because I got a couple things to say about that little battle. Joey wants to battle Kendrick, but you fighting for your life with Rayvon. You trying to sun him like he not in your league. Yes, he is. Little do you want to realize he is in your league, boo boo. You have been in the industry longer. You've been rapping longer than him. But think about your speed. You didn't just clear him. Dot don't got time to be doing this with you. Dot not gonna handle every battle. Y'all got to stand on y'all own 2 feet. Ain't nobody coming to rescue nobody out no battle. Y'all handle it. Y'all jumped in. It's about 3-4 people rapping. against Joey. What K-Dot gotta say something for? I do. And Kendrick did it. Tell him Kendrick did it. Tell him Kendrick did it. That's why he don't have to answer this battle. He slayed the dragon so y'all can rap. So rap. Cassie's husband is not being a clown. Cassie's husband is her new handler. He may be married to her on paper. They married on paper. But his job is to maintain her sanity at this point. He's a handler. He's a different handler. He operates differently than Diddy was because Diddy was her handler. And that's all. That is what Cassie's husband is. Y'all, listen. It ain't what it looked like. That whole thing is not what it looked like at all. See, folk think these little relationships that's being discussed and these marriages is like how we think they are, how we handle relationships. People just got money. No, it is not the same. That's why he ain't bothered by nothing. He not bothered by none of that. He not bothered by any of that he has heard. Okay. For all intents and purposes, Cassie is a high-profile sex slave. That's what she is. That's what she has been. She got turned into that. She's been that. And that is why she is now with someone else. They passed them off. She's aged out. Diddy doesn't want her. Anything like that. So she's with another handler. She's with another handler. And he do things a little bit differently. He has to keep her mentally and emotionally stable at this point. That's his job. Give her an anchor at this point because she hasn't really had one. So he got to give her one. He has to be the anchor. Anyway, he may or may not, I don't know. Because see, I think what people are getting confused is how the defense is approaching the case. This is not a state case. This is a federal case. And the feds don't like to be on your neck if they don't think they have a high probability of winning the case. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that they win 100% of the time. No one ever does. But what they're doing right now with Cassie's testimony and these other women's testimonies is painting the character of who he is. Because notice, most people's doubts about this case, it is hinged upon Cassie's credibility as a witness and a victim. Okay. That's what most people are kind of hung up on. She's not quite the perfect victim. So people don't know whether or not to go all in and buy the story or be, like give her a side eye because of the way things have reportedly went down and what the testimonies say. But notice things like this. Nobody is ever saying, no one has ever said Diddy wouldn't do something like that. Nobody is saying that. He wouldn't do nothing like that. That's not the Diddy I know. That's not the Sean Combs I know. Nobody's being a character witness positively. Nobody is coming to be a positive character witness for him. Nobody's saying that's just so outlandish. I just can't see him doing this. Any of this. Nobody. See, this person has not been a good. See, it's been smoke for the whole time. It's the same kind of smoke. He has not even done, as a mogul, he has not even done his artist properly. He has not even done his artist properly. Like never. It's a reason why Mace don't talk about him no more. And see, all of that stuff got buried. All of the issues that Mace had with him and all of the stuff that Mace was saying about him. All the Shine don't talk about it. All of these people from around him that was worked closely with him, did business closely with him, things of that nature. None of them people have ever come to say, this is a good dude. We don't know why y'all trying to drag this dude. Nobody. Everybody just sitting back like, so that should say something to people. Who has he been that don't nobody like him? No matter how much money they made or what kind of hits they made or what kind of, it don't matter what happened. It don't matter what happened. And I'm not going to forget about Biggie. We just sweep that under the rug. This is a person that has allegedly been known to get people up out of here. And the folk who just don't say nothing. I ain't got nothing good. I ain't got nothing bad. I'm just out of it. I'm just out of it. I'm not saying anything at all. Nothing. Just leave my name out. They don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. That says something about people. People that known you 20, 30 years. And they don't say, no, this is a good dude. Because you're not a good dude. So my stance here is this on him. He going through whatever Allah got him going through, whatever the Most High got him going through. This is what we witnessing is likely a lot of karma coming back. This is why I don't ride with the he a innocent, wonderful, black man that the white establishment is trying to tear down. I don't go with that narrative for him. Not for him. This looked like karma to me. This looked like what go around coming around. And now he just got to sit. He just got to sit in it. Whatever they say about him, whatever they do to him, he got to sit in it. And however it is that the Most High make you sit, that's how it make you sit. That's how he make you sit. He making him sit publicly in it, because much of what, I ain't gonna say much, but there are a lot of key things that he did publicly that he didn't care what nobody thought about it, because he was Puff Daddy and Diddy and whatever other nickname he went by. And what was you gonna say? What was you gonna do? Nothing. Because he can pay somebody to pay somebody to pay somebody. What you gonna do? Nothing. We don't care if you mad. Be mad. Because it's a lot of people that say a lot about him. For the many that don't say nothing, there are key people whose stories are consistent about who he is and what he gets up to. You can't do wrong all the time. You can't do wrong all the time. And we may not understand, or some people may even disagree with how, you know what I'm saying, he's having to deal now and what he has turned into. But at the same time, we don't get to tell Allah how to mete out his justice. We don't get to tell the Most High what to do with nobody. He gave him a good long run. Had a good long run. He gave him the life of this world. He gave him the riches of this world. He gave him fame. He gave him wealth. He gave him power of this world. He gave him notoriety. That's what he did with it. Now it's time to pay the piper. Nobody told him to do all that stuff or whatever he was doing or not doing. Anyway, I got something I want to show. The woman when he's serious, because it seems like the vast majority just want casual encounters. That's it.
That's what some of y'all just work, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
So, let me get this on video.
Listen, we want the male perspective.
But where are you getting that from? Like, why would you say?
Well, yeah. So here's the thing, right? They say be honest. So we have this criteria that these women set for these men. You have to be this, you need to be that, you need to be 6 feet tall, you need to make this, you need to do that. I want you to be in line, I want you not to cheat, I want you to do this. But at the same time, they're still dealing with women who are emotionally hurt, who have parents who never taught them how to be a woman. Most of these new age women don't have the concept of what a virtuous woman is. Then we want to speak to the Bible. And then you want men to treat you like a queen, but you act like peasants. See, that's the problem is you can't walk around here shaking your ass in the club and expect me to respect you when you don't respect yourself. You can't put your man before your kids and expect me to respect you as a parent. You only present what your value is. And if your value is your ass, your hair, your nails, your smile, and your presence in public, but not your education, not your person, not your love, not your heart, not your interaction, not your intelligence, then we don't get to meet that. And the thing about it is that a lot of people have this conversation and it's all cute and funny when we're talking now. But when somebody tell you that this is what you presented to me, so I gave you what I thought you was worth. The thing about it is that ain't nobody coming to you nowadays, like the young lady said, with respect as a man, because I deserve the same respect you do. So what makes you think that I should value anything less than what you show me? And most of these women who are out here are drinking in the club, toe up, laughing, joking, and that's great, have a good time. But at the same time, if you don't carry yourself like a lady, what is a man supposed to present to you? If you don't carry yourself with respect and class, what the hell am I supposed to present to you? If you look like ass, I'm going to treat you like ass. And the truth about it is, everybody wants affection. Everybody wants to feel wanted. And what women have done nowadays is replace the whole being attractive and being somebody of stature with the idea of being desired. Because the more men they want, the more powerful they are, and they think that's going to get them a good man. You could have all the money in the world. You could have a good job. You could have a banging body. You could do all of this and still be messed up in your head, and it makes you the most unattractive person ever. But this is what we get. And for every woman who sits in this room and said that I am not that woman, 4 of your girlfriends are. And the bad part about it is that I ain't got to deal with the conversation and laugh and joke, and I can get mine off and just go home. Then why would I have to go through this? But you come to find out that you still broken. Most people are in relationships still fucking broken. They ain't even dealt with their own issue, but you want me to deal with yours. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Everybody ain't broken.
Yeah.
So and see, my thing is, I don't believe that everybody's broken. I think that everybody has been broke. If you're still broken as a grown ass man, that's you with therapy that you need to work on, brother. That ain't me.
We all been broke.
You said we still broken. I said we've all been broke. But if you didn't learn from your experiences, then you ain't developed enough to be in a relationship. So once again, don't present to me trash and want me to make it treasure. Now, if you are a diamond in the rough, then I want to be able to treat you that way. But don't give me trash and expect me to treat you like you're more than that. It just doesn't happen. And a woman wouldn't do the same with men. They wouldn't do nothing with a man who comes to him that way.
How do we know as a woman when he's serious? Because it seems like the vast majority just want casual encounters. That's it.
Now, I let it go back because the first question that she asked, though, that looks like a room of older millennials and younger Gen Xers. That looks like a room of older millennials and younger Gen Xers. So y'all are a little too old as women to not know when men want you and when they don't really want you, and when they only want the transaction and when they don't. It's such a rudimentary question. It's such a elementary question that it's almost not really worth talking about, because for you to go through these various encounters with men and not pick out any similar threads for every kind of encounter. What has been the similar thing going on? For a lot of these women, they don't look at what is the common denominator. What is it that I consistently do? How is it that I consistently present to where men only see me for sex? This goes back to several conversations that are being had over the internet, one of which was about the gym clothes and things of that nature. The other conversation was one that I covered about clubbing every weekend after 30. When you think about the gym clothes, attire, things of that nature, again, we see demonstrated women at this point willfully ignorant, ignoring it on purpose, to try to prove a point that doesn't need to be proved. That I can go somewhere and dress provocatively, I can dress half naked, I can have this and that showing. There is a whole small niche on TikTok that is basically these young women in the gyms. You can't even really see their face. The camera is focused on their butt or their breasts. And what they do is they try to stage themselves in such a way where they can create a narrative about the men in the gym and how this man came over there and he wasn't really trying to work out. He was really looking at her. And this other man came by and said something to her, but it really didn't have nothing to do with nothing. He was just trying to, be a creep and talk to her. And then when she went over to this machine, and all of that is such a false narrative. It's a lie. It's basically rage bait, as they call it now. Content to get people talking and content to get people upset. Because again, put a 1 in the chat if you regularly attend the gym. Put a 1 in the chat if you frequent the gym. Okay. For those of us who frequent the gym, we all would know that a setup like that is made up 9 times out of 10. Because when you go to the gym culture don't even support that. Real gym culture don't even support that. The looking and the glaring and the being creepy, the gym culture don't even support that. So many people come into the gym to concentrate on their workouts. Even if they have camaraderie or they know a couple people or they speak to a couple people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of social. It's kind of this and that. But at the same time, people are coming into the gym to actually do their workout. And if you're coming in there to do your workout, you don't have time to be trying to creep on nobody. The women who frequent the gym that I go to aren't any less naked than a lot of these chicks that you see online. But for all of the time that I have been in that gym and just sort of observing people and how they interact with one another, the only people that interact with those women, the only men that interact with those women are men who seem to actually know those women, like outside the gym. Like they're familiar with her anyway. Other than that, if he's not familiar with her or something of that nature, those men steer clear of those women. Those men steer clear of those women. They don't really interact with those women, not in any way that is over, you using this machine. How many more sets you got on this machine? Oh, okay. That's the communication. That's the communication. And they flaunt and flounces around and sachets around back and forth. Cross that floor with them thong things. Not thongs, but them leggings scrunched up in their butt and everything. They walks around in there with them bodysuits on and this and that. And them men that I have never witnessed any man in that gym be overt, or I've never heard any one of them women complain about the men in that gym doing something to her or harassing her. That is how disciplined those guys be. For the most part, they be so into their own workout. like they be coming in there and they be cheering each other on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gonna press this much and we gonna squat this much and we gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of thing. It's sometimes it's 3 or 4 of them, 3, 4 guys, and they taking turns on the weight bench or they taking turns on the machines or whatever. And they be talking to each other, hyping each other up, you know, having conversation, ha ha ha, laugh, and then they be getting to it. In between all that laughing and kicking, they be getting to it. Now, there are a few women who do come in there to get to it. Even some of the scantily clad ones, they be getting it in too. But you know by what she got on, what she's trying to do. She's still trying to get attention. And again, the men that I see interacting with women, they either know those women or that be like their girlfriend. They done brought their girlfriend to the gym, whatever. So him and her is working out. Them women, that don't nobody be sweating them women. If them men look at them women, they just cutting their eyes or something because it ain't nothing that's super obvious that's going on. And then women be super friendly. Let me tell you, they be trying to say hi. They be trying to get in kiki with the men when they conversation. They be trying to ask questions. Can you help me with this and that? Them women be trying, baby. They be friendly. They be trying to talk. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Getting to the reason I went off into the gym thing was because women wearing certain attire, knowing what the attire will do, knowing how the men are going to react or how they're hoping that the men react. And here's the thing, even if the men don't react, they still see you as the piece of meat that you are presenting yourself as. They still think that. Even the men who you think aren't paying you any attention, and they may not necessarily be paying you no attention, but they still think the thoughts that, oh, this is just a hoe right here. This a little hoe. If you have ever actually overheard some of the conversations that like the younger men in the gym be having, they be calling them thoughts. They're like, yeah, she came over here trying to ask me about weights. All I was doing was looking at her butt. And then I didn't want to help her with the weights because you just came over here to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I got a girlfriend. That's the way they be talking. And I just be shaking my head like, if y'all only knew, it's a repeat of high school. If y'all only knew how them boys talk about y'all when y'all walk off thinking y'all done really did something. If you knew how them boys talked about you, baby, you would crawl under a rock and never come out. After you done sashayed over there and sashayed your way back where you came from, and he done smile, he was polite. And then he turned his friend and they give each other an eye like, ugh. Girl, the way these men talk about y'all, it ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. They don't say nice things. You know, they don't be getting disrespectful out of context, but they don't be saying nice stuff. They be calling y'all all kind of hoes. laughing at you cause you think you look good in your cat suit and you really don't. So they be cackling about it in the middle of doing dips. They be cackling. I done watched them do it and just shook my head. Y'all don't even know these men is talking about y'all so bad because you think you cute. But he don't respect it. You may be cute. That's the whole problem. It's not that they don't think that you pretty. It's not that they don't think that it's alluring or sexy or, turned on. It's not even that they don't think it. They just don't respect it. They just don't respect it. And women refuse to understand that that men cannot respect you and be wanting to smash you at the same time. That y'all refuse to believe it. Y'all refuse to believe it. The reason, I'm going to tell you why, women, I want the guys to listen up. The reason why women can't see past it, they can't understand a man wanting to smash, wanting to have sex, even repeatedly, but he don't really like you and he don't respect it. He don't respect you. He don't respect how you carry yourself. You just available. You make yourself available to him. He takes advantage of that. Bada boom, bada bing. The reason why women are having such a hard time is because for the most part, we don't have sex with men we don't like. Like for the most part, we're not having sex with men we don't like. We like something about that guy. The reason why we want to have sex with him. It's something we like. And it go beyond like just being physically attracted, just straight up. Like we be that too, but it be like other elements, qualities, something else we saw, some interaction we saw him have or something like that. And it's like, oh, I like him. I kind of want to I let him, hit or whatever. Women don't really have sex with men that they don't like. So that's why a lot of chicks can't get it in their head that men are just the opposite way. We'll have sex with a chick he don't respect. He don't plan on having no type of relationship. He don't plan on doing nothing with her. He don't plan on having nothing with her. He don't even plan on texting you tonight or tomorrow. Like he's not even going to keep talking to you. Like he's going to hit it a couple of times. If it's good, he going to come back. He was never looking to like you. He wasn't looking to like you. And so therefore he can get that off and he can go about his business. And this is how y'all be getting ghosted and not talked to. And you be trying to figure out what happened. And he don't want to talk to me. He waited till he got the sex. Then he didn't want to talk because he was always going to try to get that and not talk. That was always going to happen. Whether you gave him the sex immediately or a month from now, or that was always his intent for you. That was always his intent for you. Okay. The only men that like you is the ones that's trying to like you. If he ain't trying to like you, he don't like you. And women refuse that. Women refuse to understand that. When he don't like you, he don't like you. Them being that old, trying to figure out why, how do you know when a man don't like, when he don't want to talk, you got to always initiate the phone call, the text messages, going somewhere. You're always in the mode of having to quote unquote chase him down for communication and to pay you some attention and to good. Men know how to pay you attention when they want to pay you some attention. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to pay you no attention, he don't like you. When he don't want to It might not even be like a big deal. He just don't want whatever it is you looking for or want him to do or whatever. He just not gonna do that. He's just not gonna do it. He's not gonna, and there's no amount of pressure in him. That is why women proposing to men is so stupid. That's why that's dumb. Women proposing to men is stupid for the same reason. There's no amount of asking him to marry you that's gonna make him marry you if he don't want to do that. And he wasn't ever trying to do that. So you get down on one knee trying to get, that don't mean nothing. That has meant nothing. The reason that men do the proposing is because he's the one in charge of whether or not there's a relationship even going to happen or a marriage that's even gonna happen. He's the one have to decide that. You can't not decide that, ma'am. That is not up to you. That is why you do not propose. That is why women do not propose. It's silly. No woman of any value, no lioness of any worth would ever, a lioness could never get somewhere and pop a question with a ring. What is you doing? Just because he been laying on your couch for the last 6 years don't mean nothing. That is why you wait for men to ask you. And when they don't ask you, that was not something that they was trying to do. I don't know what's so hard about it. Men that do not make no steps to do more or have more or be more and go towards a relationship, that is not what they're trying to do. It's a reason they don't make that effort. They making the effort they trying to make. They making effort to come have sex with you. That's the effort. That's the effort. They are making the effort that they intend on making. They just not making the effort you want them to make. They're just not making that effort. You cannot make him make that effort. And then you come out the gate talking about or presenting yourself as some type of, you gonna do this and do that and bust it down and okay. Y'all don't know how to weed no man out. Because no matter what you do, okay, no matter what you do, he either want to be with you or he don't. Or he don't. Men don't like thirsty either, just like women don't. Women don't like when men real thirsty, study, following up behind them, study trying to call, study. Men don't like that. Nobody respects it. Nobody likes it. Just like women don't like it, men don't like it. Study running up behind him. I don't care how you look or how trying to take the lead. You're trying to take the initiative and all of those things. The men don't like that. They especially the same way women don't like that attention from a woman he don't want. He does not value that kind of attention, trying to do things for him, trying to be good, trying to be a good woman, all of that. He don't value that from a woman he don't like. That don't mean nothing to him because he don't like you. And there's no amount of work that you're going to do for him, with him, to him, or whatever that's going to make him see that differently. Y'all are afraid of being better women that carry yourselves in a more feminine way and things of that nature because you're scared of losing out on the men that would just want to have sex with you. See, in y'all minds, those men are options for relationships, or at least you can delude yourself into believing that when you know deep down that is not actually true. Because for the men that you're willing to just let you bust down, if they were to come at you with a relationship, you would not want it. Not from them. You wouldn't want them. If the guys that would smash you would also come up and say, you know, I kind of want to be like more to you, y'all would be like, why? Because he wasn't worth more than that. He wasn't worth more than that. It's the same thing with the men. There's no amount of her trying to be his woman that's going to make him do that if that's not what he wanted to do. You're going to worm your way into him. That's why they start blocking you. Or to just drop off the face of the earth. As far as you're concerned. So y'all delude yourself into believing that the men who want to have sex with y'all, or that you allow to have sex with you, are also viable options for relationships. That helps you boost your ego. What you're afraid of is being a better woman and that raising who you are, excluding those men, so that you don't have, you know, y'all scared of y'all phone being dry. Y'all scared of that. Y'all scared of not able to have some guy you can call, you know, just to get that hit of masculine energy, a little bit of D, things of that nature. Y'all are afraid of not having access to that. So this is why you always make yourself accessible sexually, even when you don't really want to, or you know that this is not a good idea, is because if you closed it off, you wouldn't have any attention at all. Because you don't actually know how to shut that off and simultaneously be a good woman or a better woman, or fix some of the things that's going on with you, so that you can actually put yourself in a position to be around better, more eligible men that can actually notice you. Scared of that dry phone. Scared of them dry DMs. Y'all don't understand how to have that level of patience that lionesses actually have to exercise. Because no matter how we may look as lionesses, we could be fine. The fact that you carry yourself a certain way as a woman, it excludes a good more than 50% of the guys that you encounter. It excludes them. And it excludes them for many reasons. Because sometimes men come around you and they see the type of woman you are, and they be like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not in the place of my life where I can deal with her or nothing. No, I'm out here playing. So no, we're not gonna do that. Or it's male hyenas out there can't stand a woman with some type of standard. So a lot of men actually get excluded from that. So lionesses actually have to be alone. There be spells that lionesses be having to be by themselves. until their husband find them. And we don't know when that's gonna be. Hope and pray it's not too long. But that's the whole issue. Y'all sitting here in y'all late 40s, late 30s, 40s, trying to talk about something. We don't know when the men don't like us. Girl, what? Y'all so busy trying to look so good that a man can't turn his eyes away. Y'all ain't figured out, flip the script. Be so covered up he can't see nothing. Then his eyes really be glued to you then. Because he's trying to figure out why you ain't naked. Keep on telling y'all. And these women too old not to know. Very simple. A man's sexual energy is the lowest form of it's the least valuable of his energy that he gives. It is the least valuable of his energy that he gives. His sexual energy is the least valuable of his energies. And his sexual attention, him trying to get in your drawers, does not equate to anything beyond the act. The only time a man's sexual energy means more than that is if he is giving you the rest of him. He's giving you the love, the protection. He's giving you the problem solving. He's giving you, all 4 P's. He's giving you, some of y'all may not know what I'm talking about with the 4 P's, but he's giving you his provision, his problem solving, his protection, his procreation. He's giving you the relationship. He's giving you the commitment. That's when his sexual energy means more than the act. Then and only then. That's when he chooses to bond and have the sex be emotional to him, and all of those, he add all of the emotional things. I love her, she loved me, this is wonderful, all of that. He chooses to do that. Keep on saying sex is out here validating you hoes, and that's crazy work. Because if he really don't like you and really don't respect you, he'll have sex with you and go. He can't wait to get in the car and laugh about that to his friend. Oh, she let me do such and such to her. You believe that? She let me. Oh, she's stupid. That. Letting these men that don't like y'all smut y'all out. He don't even like you. You will be the laughing stock of the next conversation he had with his boys. Well, I give it up. Why they don't like me? Because you scared that he not going to like you for not giving it up. He not. But that's the thing. He don't like you The man that don't like you not gonna like you if you give it up or you don't. The man that doesn't like you isn't gonna like you if you give it up, and he's not gonna like you if you don't. He don't like you either way. Giving it up doesn't make him like you. You didn't have any more of a chance being with that guy than you would have had you not given it up on night number one. It was the same. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. That's the part y'all don't get. That's the part. And a man that was gonna like you anyway, you could have gave it up quick, and he was still gonna like you, is if he had to wait a little bit and then got it because he like you. And he want to try to see what's going on with you beyond just sex and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. I done ran my mouth long enough. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Mia, for your super sticker. Appreciate you. Thank you, African Brother said Kendra K-pop girl group Kiss of Life is being accused of racism after making a video in which they imitated Black women with a ratchet attitude. Controversial moments from KIOF. I wish Black people would stop it. First off, Asians have always copied our culture, the dances, the music, the this and the that, and the. Black women just have to suck it up that they have a negative public appearance value image, and it's bad, and people are going to imitate it when they want to imitate you. If you don't like that, then y'all got to change it. Point blank, period. Thank you, Ancient Man, saying Atlanta, they've been off limits since I was 38, 47 now. I wasn't brought, but in the Black community, so it would never work. And again, said, by the way, my ex-girlfriend with 3 deletions is the one who got me here, that ended my pursuits after dealing with other cultures. Thank you, Pharaoh, said we should play Cool in the Game for a proposal. Thank you, Real Book's been a member for 2 months. At Jackie from 227 combined with Countess Vaughn from Moesha. Always horned up. Get them likes up. Thank you. Quantum Solace said, what's more problematic, disturbing, and silly? You have sisters getting on social media telling white women how to secure a brother, and she Black. Makes no sense. Said, get down on one knee, get down on it, propose to me. They once thought men could not without Cat. We proved that wrong. And thank you, HVAC. So the loss in this issue was the guy that wanted her after she done gave it up. That good guy don't want her no more. And thank you, Clement, said just showing love to my good Ghanaian looking sister. That's funny because when we did like ancestry and all of that, we were mostly West African blood, and Africans from Ghana have always said that me and my brother look Ghanaian. This has always been funny to me. So it's funny that you come up and say it too. So anyway, you know, just to speak on the waiting thing, like I said, it all depends on what the wait is for and what it's about and what is the outcome of that. If you're having, like, if it's religious and stuff like that, then wait until marriage. If you know what I'm saying, Muslim or what have you, wait until marriage to have sex with whoever is courting you and things of that nature. That's the way it's supposed to go. If you're a person that don't have any of those constraints, no type of religious constraints, no type of, spiritual constraint or anything like that, then it still needs to have some intent behind it. Because a woman might not be just a whore. So if you run into one that's just not sober, she don't want to talk, she don't really do nothing else, she just want to jump in the bed because she thinks that's the way to a relationship, you might miss out on a better woman because she's just not ready to jump in the bed as soon as a man say hi to her. Because that's what we try and tell women anyway, right? I'm not talking about who's giving lip service to it. It's plenty of people that give lip service to a lot of things. I was speaking specifically upon those who are trying to live what they say they believe in. Because if she's just not jumping in the bed, but she's also not giving out user vibes, like, oh, you got to take me here and there, you got to spend all this money, and she just want to talk to you. She just wants to get to know you. She just wants to see. That might be worth looking into. Because I've been in that situation as a young girl, a young woman. I just want to talk. I just want to hang around. I mean, I wasn't just opposed to sex at that time, but I wasn't jumping at it just because. And a lot of boys swerved and curved because of that. Because of that very reason, a lot of dudes was like, nope, can't hang. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.